Hi, Sheldon.
Hi, Sheldon here. And we'll be talking with Dainelle, Vende, Assistant Vice President of Pinit USA. Title 9 to be specific, the Woman Empowerment arm of Pinit USA, the charitable side of the company. And we will hear her thoughts, what her involvement is, and a bit of the journey on how she got here.
Yes.
So, Dainelle, a bit on the journey. You are the VP, Title 9 Pinit USA, woman empowerment, something that people hear a lot more of. So, tell us of your involvement with woman empowerment and Title 9.
All right. Well, firstly, as the Assistant Vice President of Title 9, we have a group of persons that we collaborate with. So within the group, Title 9, and we have regular meetings. We talk about different things as it pertains to where we see us as a group going, things that we would want to work on, how we plan to empower other women and teams. For instance, we have a group of young ladies and a basketball team in Enterprise in Shogunas, to be specific. We basically do a lot of conversations around how we can help them and so forth, and we recognize that they need overall assistance in terms of coaching, equipment, training grounds, and so forth, right? Outside of that, we know we have a national responsibility to see women empowerment really explode, and bring a lot of awareness to women's issues. Things like being safe, domestic violence in the homes, in schools, in workplaces, traveling, based on kidnapping or human trafficking, those different things. So there are a lot of different, besides crime, of course, ways that we plan to empower women by advancing themselves, educating themselves, and doing things for their family and communities to be proud of them. Really finding that voice, having that voice also is very important.
That's a challenging thing to take up for a group of local young women, but it's really nice to see that somebody is doing it and not waiting on the government to come and say, well, here's a program to work with.
Sheldon, I think that's easy because every woman has a struggle, every woman has a story. So based on different experiences, even if it is, some of us may not have really bad stories, we would know other women, other mothers and grandparents who went through a lot of struggles, having multiple children, having limited resources, not adequate housing, running water, even a thing in the past, like bathing by a standpipe in the road and those different things. Everybody has a story. And I believe everybody in Title 9, yes, I'm speaking on behalf of the whole group here, we have a passion for people and to see women grow, be elevated. We don't want anyone remaining the same. Just to challenge themselves and let persons know you're resilient, you can do it. Yes, you may have had a setback before, but your life doesn't end there. You still have breath. Let's go, let's do this, let's continue on that journey.
I like that. It's not the setback people have to look out for, but the comeback.
Exactly.
So, you all are going to be... How do you all relate? What is the relationship? Title 9 Pinit USA. I understand it's a department, but how do the departments collaborate or relate so that this side of the business, very few businesses just pour money into charitable causes,
right,
and just put aside our money and try to do it themselves. So how does that relationship really work?
All right, so one of the things how that really works out is that we operate in a very unique space, meaning Pinnet itself operates in a very unique space. And I guess there's no right way or wrong way to do something because we are learning as we go along. But when opportunities come on both sides, from the board side of Pinnet and from Title IX, we review different things and everybody give their feedback, why we should go in this direction, why we shouldn't, and have that kind of open dialogue and so forth. And I believe one of the things that make us unique is that Pinnet is predominantly male, but also have females on the board, while they have the views of women who, based on a recent research, shows that women in the U.S. spend about $2.4 trillion a year. So yeah, these guys gotta listen to us, We are the ones who are spending the money. So we take our ideas and thoughts and creativities and so forth, and we'll be able to give it to Pinnet and say, we think in this particular circumstance, this might be a better move to make at this critical point in time over another. And we just basically lend support to each other. We have the full support of Pinnet into whatever Title IX is doing. And Title IX also lends its support in any way, administratively or otherwise, to Pinnet, because it's not two separate companies, it's one entity. One company working for the same common goal and cause.
Nice to hear a company that has in its goal and focus to actually pay it forward, to give back.
Yes, I agree.
Versus we'll put aside a 5% or some small amount and
donate to several random charities.
Yes, for the whole company to be championing a cause is a very nice thing to hear.
Yes.
So you spoke about the basketball team and enterprise.
Yes.
That you're starting with. Is there any other group that you're looking at here that you'll be starting with as well?
Yes, and surprisingly, the other group is not really a female group, but is Pistons, also basketball. We have, outside of sports, we have a music group, a pan group. Trinidad, the land of steel, sun, song, free up yourself kind of vibes. Yes, so these girls, I understand they're very talented. I've listened to them on recording and they sound amazing. A lot of talent there. We will be having some meetings and so on with them and seeing how we could further help them develop their brand, their pan side as well, their musical capabilities. They are mad skills. So
everybody has a story.
Yes.
But coming from everybody's story, they normally have a motto, a message that they want to share with the world. You being a mother, you have, of course, you have a mother, you have a sister, you have a lot of women friends, you have your story. What is your motto or message?
Okay, my motto and message is, regardless of your journey, regardless of where you came from, just believe in yourself. There will always be certain things that will come up. There will be several things that will come up. Sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's health, sometimes it's being in a toxic environment where nobody believes that you can be anything better. Sometimes even talking about your aspirations to be an accountant or to be a teacher, you dream about being a principal someday, having a successful business, being able to travel. Sometimes that's laughable because they look at your family's history and not just necessarily your own. Sometimes you just have to learn how to tune out the noise. Just focus on your goals, knowing that you can come from anywhere and do anything. I wasn't born with what they call a gold spoon, but I am assistant vice president of an international company. I've had so many jobs. I've had jobs working in call centers, trying to sell from mobile phone plans to timeshares in a foreign company, dealing with Sprint and Nextel back in the day as a customer service representative, doing one of those employment programs, cleaning the side of the roads to get money to pay my passage to go to school and do extra classes, to on-the-job training programs, data entry positions. What else? There's so much of things. Working in human resource and service commission and different places. I have just been all over the place in a lot of different categories. I myself have tried my hand at entrepreneurship, having an advertising company, and all those different things. So you might study in one area and you might not be getting through. Okay, pivot. You're not a tree. Bloom where you're planted. Just keep in the back of your mind what it is you want to do. This may not feel good in this moment, and something else, another light bulb turns on. Just go with it. Who says you cannot have multiple companies doing different things? You can have a company, a stationery store that does typing and printing, internet services, selling stationeries, while you have a totally different company where you might be doing hairdressing or some type of cosmetology and so forth. Whatever your goals are, never stop. And just surround yourself with the people who would feed into your vision, feed into that vibe. Sometimes what really keeps us back is being in a toxic environment where there's no growth. It could be the community that you grew up in, it could be the house that you're living in, it could be who you're really spending time in your lunchroom with at work. That set of negative talk, lack of productivity, and so forth. Wherever you find good inspiration, good vibes, that is the place you need to be. If you want better, yes, it will take a sacrifice. It requires a new you. But it's hard to be a new you in an old environment where everything else is stagnant and outdated.
I like that motto. Dainelle's motto is you have to be born again.
Yes.
So we heard it from Dainelle. I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Shalon, for having me. It was really a pleasure.
We hope you'll come back at some point.
Sure.
And share more of this journey that you're on.
Once I'm invited.
Yes, we have invitations galore. Yes, we are coming to the end of our podcast. Please don't forget to listen, like, subscribe, share, and tune in for further podcasts on the journey of Pinit USA. Listen for shorts. We have new announcements, so an announcement will be made via podcast next week. We have, things are happening every day. Yes. We are going to have foreign guests from the UK, from the US, from Canada, who are also going to be on. We have numerous VPs that are going to come forward as well, assistant VPs, international business consultants. So this podcast we're not trying to make it really heavy. It is everybody telling you their journey, giving you their point of view of how this company came about and what this company is going to do.
Yes.
Look forward to you listening to us again very soon. As I said, there will be a short this week and there will be an announcement of a deal closing with another company out of the US. See you soon.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for all those who listen to us and who subscribe. share it with a friend, and I hope that it's a real encouragement for somebody out there.
Well, yes, we're on Google, Podomatic, and on iHeartRadio.
Woo! Great accomplishments.